Have you ever found yourself worrying too much about the people you love, like that friend who keeps making the worst decisions, or a family member who always seems lost despite your best intentions? And so, there you go, trying to help, guiding them, doing your best to make everything work out for them. But in the end, you're left exhausted, and sometimes it feels like nothing changes. Does it sound familiar? Often, we think all this concern comes from a genuine desire to see our loved ones thrive, but there's a deeper layer to it. Deep down, it's as if we believe that their well-being depends on our actions. Without realizing it, we start to feel responsible for the choices and feelings of those around us. Over time, this creates a heavy sense of responsibility, and before we know it, we're carrying the weight of their decisions on our shoulders, as if their happiness is in our hands. And you know what happens when we think this way? It leads to anxiety, a constant feeling that if we don't step in, everything will fall apart. Every choice someone else makes feels like a risk, and we start to feel the need to intervene and save them. But here's the problem. By doing so, we're trying to exercise control we don't actually have. This desire to protect and guide everyone becomes an enormous burden, because in the end, we can't control other people's choices. We wear ourselves out, lose our peace, and often don't even achieve our goal of helping. Now, this urge to have everything under control isn't just in our heads. There's a psychological explanation for it. Research from relationship experts like Eli Finkel and his colleagues shows that the desire to control others in relationships stems from a basic human need for stability. It's natural to want the people close to us to be safe and secure. But when this desire becomes exaggerated, what was once healthy turns into anxiety and frustration. These studies help us understand that we often get stuck in the illusion that we can protect others from pain and hardship. But the more we try to control, the more we compromise our peace. Not only that, but this need for control creates distance, as the other person might feel we're invading their space or undervaluing their ability to make their own decisions. And here's the kicker. Research shows that this excessive control often backfires, making others resist even more, leading to situations where everyone ends up losing. Imagine a friend who's in a toxic relationship and can't seem to leave. You see how it's wearing them down, and you know they deserve better. So you try to talk to them, offer advice, and help them see what's happening. You spend hours listening, giving guidance, trying to open their eyes. Yet nothing seems to change. They stay where they are, and you're left wondering why you can't help them see what's so obvious to you. At its core, it's like we're taking someone else's problem and making it our own, believing we can somehow solve it for them. But the truth is, this attempt at control harms not only our relationship with the person, but also our relationship with ourselves. Because eventually we realize we can't be the solution to everything, and accepting that is liberating. So how can we start letting go of this need to fix everything? The first step is understanding that everyone has their own journey and that it's not up to us to control the outcomes of someone else's life. Help, support, always. But doing it for them? That's another story. Practicing the art of letting go can be challenging, but it's freeing. When we give people the space to make their own choices without feeling the need to intervene, we release a huge burden. We can still offer a kind word or guidance when asked, but without carrying the weight of someone else's life on our shoulders. And here's the most interesting part. This freedom often allows the person to discover, in their own time, what truly needs to change. Letting go is a form of self-care and, at the same time, a sign of respect for others' processes. Of course, it's a change that doesn't happen overnight. But each time we allow ourselves to let go, we feel a sense of relief, like finally setting down a weight that was never ours to carry. Let's take it a step further. What if we brought this energy of letting go into how we deal with our own mistakes? Because often we're quick to see what went wrong, but not as good at appreciating the small steps we take forward. So how about pausing to recognize when we've managed to let go? Giving ourselves credit for each little victory is part of the process. If learning to let go and trust feels tough, seeking help from a professional can be very helpful. A therapist, for example, can offer guidance on maintaining healthy boundaries and strengthening self-compassion. Because this journey isn't just about others, it's about building a lighter and more balanced relationship with ourselves. In the end, the peace we seek comes precisely from this act of letting go. Life is meant to be light, not to carry the weight of the world. So, shall we trust in the strength each person has within and let go? See you in the next one.